comedian John Hodgman will be here live. We'll chat about the latest installment of his Complete World Knowledge trilogy.
And Matt Meyer brings you the best camera of the season in the Gadget Prime Holiday Gift Guide. Ooh, it's so exciting.
Yeah. Oh, good day last day. Last day?
Yesterday.
What am
Yesterday
I talking
was
about?
A good day.
Yesterday was a good day because we had a bit of a challenge for everybody out there. If you remember that we called up David's Pizza because we had a great video, which was a commercial on around the net, and we put the challenge out there that we ordered a pizza live on the show, and it was for John and Candace. But the challenge was for someone out there in where was it?
Stockton, California.
Yep.
The first person to get there could pick up the pizza and eat it as long as they tweeted some video to us.
Oh, okay.
So today we got our video, and we wanted to show you guys.
Here it is.
Hi John, hi Candace. My name is Kim. I live in Stockton, California, and I'm here at David's Pizza. Hi, I'm here to pick up a pizza for John and Candace. All right, there it goes. Looks pretty good.
Beautiful.
And what was your name, sir?
My name's David.
Thank you so much, David.
Thank you.
So here's our lovely pizza. It's good. It's really good, guys. Thank you so much. We're gonna finish our pizza. But we love you guys over there. Candace, John, Matt, Myra, hey! So,
Sarah.
we'll see you guys later. Thanks so much. Bye.
Candace, John, Matt, Myra. Don't forget her.
Oh, that's great. So thank you so much for sending that in. We really appreciate it, and we're glad you got a free pizza.
It was awesome. But someone got something nice happening to them yesterday, but someone did something really dumb yesterday. Didn't you?
Oh, yes.
You had a Twitter mishap.
I did. I was going to my butt class, which is a 30-minute class where I real intense butt class. And I tweeted out, ready for some butt kicking, hashtag ass class. And I put my phone down and I kept stretching, and then I looked back at my phone and I realized I had sent out, ready for some butt licking. Hashtag ass class. And people were like, what sort of thing are you into? And I quickly tried to, fix my mistake, but it's on there. So, yeah. That happened.
Oh, welcome to my world. TMI. Hey, that rhythm reminds me of something.
ATN?
Yeah.
Let's run down the top things on the web.
Hey, we're going around. Come on. I want you to read everything from now on like this.
Josie Grossi. First up, you know that great trailer for Iron Man 3?
Yeah, sure. I love it.
Okay,
Love
well, somebody tweeted it, and it's actually really great. We're going to show the original trailer and the remake side by side.
Yeah, baby. Use that offset double box you got. Yeah.
Got a lot of apologies to make. You experience things, and then they're over.
I can protect the one thing I can't live without.
That's so good. That's really good. I love that.
You know, ironically, this fake Iron Man trailer is better than the real Green Lantern movie. But what's next?
Okay, something I think you'll really appreciate. While 4 states voted in favor of gay marriage during the election, not everyone approves, but blackmail might change that.
Americans are becoming more comfortable with the idea of gay marriage.
There are many out there who are still fighting against the cause.
And as gay men ourselves, we would just like to say to those people,
Fine. Keep marriage between a man and a woman. And in response, we will marry your girlfriends.
We'd be the best husbands ever. While you were spilling manwich on your cargo shorts, we were inspecting our Oxford shirts for the craftsmanship of their gauntlet buttons.
What do you make your girlfriend for breakfast? Burnt scrambled eggs? We will make her a quiche.
You don't want to go dancing? We teach a dance class.
urban tango.
Not in the mood to go to that Broadway show? We are.
We're in it.
She thinks it's funny to make out with us when she's drunk.
We know literally all of your weaknesses.
You are Death Stars, and we are an army of fabulous Luke Skywalkers.
So remember, we're doing you a huge solid by being more attracted to each other than to your girlfriend.
So don't make us marry your girlfriends.
Support gay marriage.
Yes! Support gay marriage.
So gay guys can't get married, but our generals who are married can shag whoever they want. America makes no sense.
Yeah. You know what?
What?
I have dated so many gay guys. Like had like 4 or 5 long-term relationships with gay guys.
And you didn't know?
Well, a lot of them I kept asking if they were gay, which they never really liked it when I asked them that. But I was like, I think you're gay, and they'd be like, I'm not gay. But why be gay and date a girl? I don't get it. Why would someone do that?
Don't ask me. I'm a gold star gay.
Oh, yes,
I'm a
you
gold
are.
star. Yeah, never had that girlfriend. Well, I did, but lady, it's too long of an explanation. Read my book. You'll figure it all out.
Okay, I'll read your book. Now, how do you feel about some dancing, Behrman?
Love it. I love it. I love all sorts of dancing without a doubt.
Well, we'll see.
I'm sorry. That's the kind of old folks home I want to send my parents to. So good luck, John and Marion.
Oh, your poor parents. Can you imagine seeing that at like an art show or a theater or wherever they would perform that and having to sit through that without laughing?
Yeah, I think
like people are really there for the art.
Yeah, the fart art.
The artsy fartsy.
That's terrible. I mean, come on, that guy.
It's amazing. I would actually love to go see that if we were allowed to sit there and laugh.
Okay.
Like, laugh really hard.
If it ever
Because
comes,
that's one of the funniest
if
animes
it ever
I've
comes in town, you and I are going, and we're gonna
go.
video ourselves,
Yes.
watching it and laughing. We'll get kicked out.
We'll totally get kicked
It'll
off,
be
but it'll
great.
be worth it. And finally, a clip of a local news reporter whose sign-off is very memorable.
For now, we are live in Orange County. Gustavo Almodovar. 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 Channel 9 Eyewitness News.
Hey, hold on a second. Hold on a second. What was his name?
I think it's Gustavo Almodovar. Gustavo Almodovar.
Gustavo Almodovar. Gustavo Almodovar. Gustavo Almodovar. Gustavo Almodovar.
Oh my God.
You know, I got a challenge out there for everybody. Sorry.
Yeah.
If everyone, someone out there, put that to music or to a rap or something and finish it off. If you do it today or whatever, send it to us. We'll play it on air. And if we get more than one in, it'd be great. We can have a little competition going.
All right, let's do it.
Yeah.
I like that.
Yeah.
All right, goodbye, Internet. We shall see you tomorrow.
Still ahead, Matt Myra is ready for his close-up.
We've got the Gadget Holiday Gift Guide for cameras after the break. Hey
everybody. It's my BFF tech man. Today, it's Matt Myra.
Hey!
Now, we're going to be talking about a camera to get you want to get for the holiday buying season.
Yeah, I got my holiday sweater on. I'm ready to go. Let's do this. John,
Merry Christmas.
We are looking at a recommended camera. It's the Canon Rebel T4i, and it's the kind of camera you want to get for your kids. And if you don't, bad father. Okay, here's the deal. It's pretty much the same as the T3i. There's some subtle changes to it. You can see there as it spins around nicely. The buttons stick out a little bit more. So there's actually some more tactile feedback from them. So if you're not so much looking at the camera, but you remember where the buttons are, they're going to be easier to find with your thumb. Just above the on-off switch here, go ahead, you can play with that if you want. There's a dedicated video mode, so you can just switch that right up to video and you're ready to go. Oh yeah, and on the mode dial, you pretty much have everything you want for shooting commands. You can access things like landscape, macro, and nighttime shooting, John.
Wow, that's really good. Now listen, what makes this different from, I mean, any previous Rebel Canon camera, or, sorry, a DSLR. I want to make sure I get it right.
DSLR, yeah.
But why is this different from any other one? Because it looks, to me, it looks the same.
Right, it does look the same until you realize that screen that's on there, you can touch it and it does stuff. That's right. It is a touch screen, everyone. It's the new thing we can expect from Canon. Now John's going to play with that forever. The screen actually is articulated, so that's nice. It pops out. You can access things like that. And also, you're allowed to, you can change the shooting angle. So if you get it for the kids and they want to upgrade their sexting for the holiday season, that's the way to do it. Most important are the touch controls are actually very nice. There's you can view, in live view mode, you can tap to focus. So if there's something on the screen that you want to take a picture of, like Brian Compton right there, you can just tap the screen, it focuses, snaps a picture. Boom. You don't even have to use your index finger. It's great. It works pretty well. What? You like that?
That's amazing. I like
great,
that.
Right? It's
That's
pretty
really
great,
good.
Yeah. You know, it can be quicker than the focus ring, so that's something to think about.
All right, so it needs to take good photos for it to be a good Canon DSLR, right?
Yeah.
So are they any good? Or?
They are very good. The photos of the T4i do not disappoint. Now, these are some pictures we took outside. I would have lessened the ISO on that, whoever took that. But anyway, they had amazing detail. Color reproduction's very good. But look at that. I took that one.
That's really nice.
And it's beautiful. That's Bernardo's balloon animal of sadness.
Yeah.
It does have the same 18 megapixel APS-C sensor as the T2i, so it's not a huge leap in the sensor. But for the price range, the photo quality is pretty much as good as you can get it. And low light, the photos don't really blow you away that much. There is some noise in the lower light and the high ISO range, like 6400, very noticeable noise. But it does have a 9-point autofocus, making it easier to get a sharp image quickly. So if you're kind of a novice and you want to get a DSLR, you know, thinking, hey, holiday buying guide, maybe you get this.
That's a good camera to start with. All right, so DSLR, obviously you're taking pictures, but what you really want to do, you want to know if John Barrowman, Almodovar. You want it to have good video. Does it have good video?
It has fantastic video. This is what you'd expect from the T4i. The video here doesn't look that great because we had to down-res it to get it onto your television because G4 is not HD, and rumor has it, Attack of the Show will never be in high definition. Sorry, guys. Unless they can do the upgrade in 6 weeks, that's not happening. Nowhere near the quality of the full-frame 5D Mark III but that's a few $1,000s more. So for the quality you're getting, for the price you're getting, this is an excellent, excellent thing. Now, one thing is new is the continue autofocus while in shooting video. You can do that, and it works pretty well as long as the subject's in the foreground. But if, say, I want to shoot a picture of you, and there's a mountain behind you, sometimes the autofocus wants to go to the mountain, wants to go to you, doesn't know which is which.
Oh, well, it can go to both because I am both man and mountain.
Ooh. But also the autofocus on here is silent, which is a huge plus. So you're not listening to an autofocus motor, and it's really good, especially for professional shooters. So this is best of both worlds, I think.
Okay, so you've I need to replace a camera, so this is sounding good. The Canon Rebel T4 I with an 18 to 135 lens is $1,199. Matt Myra, why should people buy this camera this holiday season?
Because kids, listen, it's as good as you're gonna get for $1,200. You cannot get much better in the price range. Photos are good, they're amazing. The touchscreen is surprisingly usable and actually made the experience better, and the video quality is phenomenal. So any like novice filmmakers out there, you wanna give this to like a teenager who's like, I wanna get into film, because I like movies. Give it to him. That was me. That was an impression of me.
That's what his rendition of a teenager sounds like. Yeah. Anyway, big round of applause, Matt Myra!
That's it for today's Gadget Prom!
Yay!
Whoa, did you see that?
That was good. Still ahead, we talk about the Large Hadron Collider, the God particle, and what it means to you.
started doing improv routines with a chair, Clint Eastwood played the legendary badass cop Dirty Harry. On December 1st, watch Harry ignore the police chief, punch a lot of punks, and complain about having to work with lady cops on an all-day Dirty Harry marathon. 4 movies back-to-back on G4.
Time to talk about the God particle. Joining me now, Caltech physicist and the author of The Particle at the End of the Universe, How the Hunt for the Higgs Boson Leads Us to the Edge of a New World, Sean Carroll.
Thank you.
Hi, Sean. Let's start with the basics first. Tell us exactly what is the Higgs boson particle.
Okay, can I tell you, don't call it the God particle? Am I allowed to say that?
That was my next question, though. Why people let's start with
no.
that. Why do people call it the God particle?
Well, Leon Lederman, who was the Nobel Prize-winning physicist, wrote a book years ago trying to get people excited about the Higgs boson, and the God particle is box office as a name, right? It sells books. It just doesn't describe what is actually going on, and it gives people the impression that it has something to do with God in some way, which it doesn't.
Right.
They're all God's little particles equally.
Oh, there, right.
The Higgs boson is really important. That's what he was trying to get across. The Higgs boson is not just any old particle. It really plays an absolutely crucial role in how we understand matter.
Okay, so the Higgs boson itself, the particle, the one particle or the many particles they're looking for?
It's the one particle that they were most optimistic about finding. Okay. And they found it.
They have found it.
They have found it. They found in July 4th, 2012.
So what is it?
It is a... That's a good question. And there's a two-part answer. Can I give a two-part answer?
Yes, you can.
This is why it's really hard. You know, physicists really struggle with explaining the Higgs boson because the boson itself is kind of not the point, right? The Higgs boson, why is it important? Because it indicates that space is filled with something we call the Higgs field.
Okay.
And that's what's important. The Higgs field filling space, it's like everywhere. It's like the air around us, except it's also in interstellar space, and it's everywhere in the universe as you move through it. And all of the particles that make up you,
right?
All the little quarks and electrons and so forth, they move through that Higgs field and they get heavy.
Okay.
They get mass. If it weren't for the Higgs field, all of your electrons would be zipping around at the speed of light. They would not come together to make atoms and chemicals, and you would not exist.
Okay.
So the Higgs field, very important.
All right, so let's see if I even got this. So they have, jumping here, the Hadron Collider that they have spent $9 billion on to build. This is where they will fly around in a circle at very, very high speeds. They will fly around what?
Protons.
Protons.
Yep.
And they will then collide the protons together.
Smash them together.
Smash them together at a specific point.
That's right.
And then those protons will separate and spread out, going through what would be, in layman's terms, a sieve.
A sort of a set of cylinders packed around each other that detect all the different particles that can come out.
Correct. Now, I've actually been to CERN, and I have been down in the tunnel. It is huge. And the Large Hadron Collider, and also they call it ALICE.
There's several experiments. ALICE is one of them.
Correct.
Yes.
And that, to me, it looked like a giant colander of technology,
you might
really.
Be Atlas. Atlas is one of the experiments that discovered the Higgs boson. Atlas and CMS. To me, Atlas looks like a spaceship that has landed, but
they're huge. It's like a cathedral underground.
That's right. The Large Hadron Collider is the largest machine ever built.
Now, I stood in the place where this explosion was meant to happen, and not many people get to stand there. And it was a pretty kind of really unique, fun feeling.
Yeah.
Was there any chance that when they did that for the first time and they turned it on, they cooled the place down, they shot this particle around, was there any chance that something was going to go drastically wrong?
Well, it depends on your definition of drastically wrong. If drastically wrong means destroy the Earth and end all life?
Yes, and be sucked into a black hole.
There was no chance. But 10 days after they turned it on, it did explode. There was one magnet that kind of and spread tons of liquid helium all over the floor.
Okay.
And that was just, it was an issue for the Large Hadron Collider, and they cleaned it up, and it came back better than ever, but no one was in danger at any point.
So you said we found The particle.
That's right.
And we actually know that it is the particle.
We know that we have found a particle. So far, everything we know about it is consistent with it being the Higgs boson we've been looking for over 45 years now. But we're not quite ready to say with 100% certainty that is exactly what it is.
Now, I know maybe this is jumping back a little bit, but you said that the physicists don't like it being called the God particle.
Yeah.
But in a little bit of maybe kind of defense of that, don't you think it's something that if we do call it that where the fundamentalists and everything who are against science and technology, it might get them on board a little to help out with it? And maybe we can use some of their money to fund all this?
Yeah, I think that lying to people is a great way to get them on board to support science. That's a wonderful strategy.
Yeah, but they lie to us.
I think, if you believe, if you're religious, then exploring the world that God has given us is something that you should be behind.
Okay, now you write in the book, you say that the end of the standard era of particle physics, it's the end of it. What do you exactly mean by that?
I mean that for the last 2,500 years, we've been trying to figure out what the basic building blocks are of you and me and this chair and the earth and the sun and the stars. And we have. We know that. We have the answer. We have a theory, the standard model of particle physics. The Higgs boson was the missing piece whose discovery has allowed us to complete that theory. And right now, here on Earth, every single experiment you do in any physics lab, biology lab, chemistry lab, it's explained by the standard model of particle physics.
Okay, now taking that, how might those discoveries, or this one discovery, how might it affect our everyday lives? What is this going to do good for us?
Nothing whatsoever. That is not the point. That's like going to a symphony and saying, well, how does this make me a better iPhone? That is not what you're going to get out of the symphony.
It's about understanding the universe.
That's right. It's about understanding being part of the world that we live in. We are made of particles. We want to understand how they work. It's the quest for discovery. Now, along the way, we build amazing new technologies with superconducting magnets and computers and information transfer, and there's a million different. We invented the World Wide Web at CERN.
That's correct.
And so it changes the world.
Yes.
But the reason why we do it is because we just want to understand stuff.
Okay, well, next time you get $9 billion, you just want to do something, I got a lot of stuff I'd like to do. Send the $9 billion my way. Listen, thank you very much. Sean Carroll, everybody, go pick up The Particle at the End of the Universe now. And now our quest to get Weston Scott drunk continues, this time in Arizona with a little tequila and mezcal.
I'm in Scottsdale, Arizona, where I'm on the hunt for the perfect tequila at the Arizona Tequila Expo. This is to say, it's about to get interesting.
In recent years, the popularity of tequila has skyrocketed. And here at the Arizona Tequila Expo, they showcase 30 different brands and over 100 types to choose from. I'm scouting the expo floor for my favorite and to learn how this Mexican firewater's made.
I'm with Ralph from Tres Amigos Tequila. You guys are a one-stop shop. You do everything.
We own our agave on our own land. We harvest it when it's at its prime ripeness. We distill it at our own distillery and bottle it ourselves. It doesn't touch anybody else's hands except the families. Well, let's get you started with our Blanco.
Okay. Oh, that's nice. Yeah. There's not a lot of heat to that whatsoever. It's got a good mouthfeel. Very crisp and clean, though. Awesome. So awesome, I'm just gonna finish this one. You're keeping it in the family, and for a good reason. I wouldn't let this recipe out. I'm with Enrique from El Diablito. Not El Diablo Mezcal, but El Diablito, which means what, Enrique?
Which means the little devil.
You are the only mezcal vendor here today. Tell me what's going to separate mezcal from tequila.
A mezcal like this is they take a different type of agave plant called the espadín. It's a larger plant, has a higher concentration of sugar. So when they distill it, they get this rich, smoky flavor that is just amazing. It is done underground. They bury the agave plant, the espadín, and they cook it for many, many hours. And once it's very tender and the juices are right, is that they start to squeeze those juices out and run it through their first distillation.
So how am I going to sip this? Now, somebody normally drink mezcal. Do they drink it neat on the rocks, or is it just per taste?
It's just per taste. What we're going to do is we're going to add a little oxygen to the mezcal. You see the little oxygen bubbles?
You're aerating it.
I'm aerating just like you would a fine wine.
Here we go. Ooh,
Wow.
And see, and you start to get flavors even after you've tasted it.
Yep.
That you've never tasted before.
Brought in, the first thing I felt was the warmth. After the warmth set in, picture if somebody was melting caramels in your mouth and then decided to take a oaky blow dryer sensation of heat that just follows out the mouth with each breath. Wow. Thank you very much, sir. Awesome.
Don't forget your shot glass.
Shot glass. With the popularities of tequila, you're also going to get variations like infused tequila. Now, this is from Tanteo. This is jalapeno infused tequila. The two seem to marry perfectly together, so why not give it a try? There's tequila, and then there's a jalapeno. They're having rough sex right now in my mouth. You know, if I had to pick favorites for today, I would say that the Blanco from Tres Amigos, you know what? That was my favorite, simply because it was delicious, it was clean, it was crisp, and you know, I'm gonna go out on a limb here and say that my second would be the mezcal from El Diablito. It was smoky, it was full-bodied, and you know what? It left a taste that you're gonna remember. It wasn't like any normal tequila, it was a mezcal. You know what? And if you're gonna be a little adventurous, go there.
All the news you need to know. The feed.
Hey, I'm Candace Bailey, and here are your top stories. First up, Louis C.K. will be teaming up with HBO to release an hour-long comedy special next year. But if you don't have cable, don't worry, because the comedian announced that he will still make the special available to download online for only $5. Now, you're gonna have to wait a few months because HBO still owns the rights to air it first. But this new format of making content easily available at a reasonable price for audiences is a great step toward internet distribution. And we are so happy that Louis is paving the way, right? Give it up for Louis. Yeah. And we have got a lot of gaming news to cover. First, some Call of Duty fans were left feeling pretty pissed off last night after they bought a copy of Black Ops 2 for the PC, only to get home and find that it had been mistakenly replaced with a copy of Mass Effect 2. While trying to install the game, many frustrated gamers were greeted with a message saying they had inserted the wrong game. Now, it seems that a number of discs were mislabeled, and it's unclear how many people were affected by the mix-up. But Activision has not acknowledged the goof yet, but the good news is that anyone who is affected by this will not have to wait to receive a new copy, but can download the game directly from Steam by entering the CD code found on their disc. And the first expansion for StarCraft 2 has finally gotten a release date. Yay! Titled Heart of the Swarm, the add-on includes 20 new missions focusing on the Zerg species and will be available for $40 starting on March 12th. Pre-orders open today. And finally, stargazers are in for a treat because the annual Leonid meteor shower is about to reach peak visibility. Space.com is reporting that this year's display is expected to peak on the mornings of Saturday, November 17th and Tuesday, November 20th.
Oh, I can't wait!
Woo, right? Yay! But if watching the meteor shower doesn't do it for you, you can always just listen to it. SpaceWeatherRadio.com uses Air Force space surveillance radar to scan the skies above Texas. And every time a meteor passes over the facility, we can hear it, which could be a good alternative if it's too cloudy in your area, or in LA's case, too smoggy. Wah, wah. I'm Candace Bailey. You've just been fed. Stay tuned. Writer and comedian John Hodgman will be here after the break. The feed is brought to you by The General Insurance. For a great low rate you can get online, go to The General and save some time.
Please welcome the author of That Is All, John Hodgman.
Hello.
I want to say I really appreciate you coming in, John, and talking to us. Since
it's my pleasure.
Around the corner, the end of days is closing in.
Yes, we're running out of time.
We are.
And we're not just talking about G4 either. I'm talking about the whole world.
Oh, pull on that one. Should we be worried about December 21st?
Well, December 21st, 2012, you know, is when the ancient Mayans predicted that the long count calendar will end.
Yes.
You know what the ancient Mayan long count calendar has on it?
Yeah, I know, but I'm sure you're going to tell me.
Well, first it has sexy Mayan firefighters. It was a
Nice.
promotion.
Nice.
Also, the end of the world. Now, does that mean December 21st, the world's going to end in fire and flame? Those are the same things. But flood, leaving only John Cusack alive, like we've seen in the literature?
Yes.
I don't know. You know what? I don't know, because the ancient Mayans, that was a long time ago. I don't know how smart they were. They didn't know how to make smooth pyramids. So they might be wrong. Like, why just smooth them out? But it could happen. That's why I'm keeping John Cusack prisoner in my home, because it seems smart. Because if he's going to survive, I want him nearby.
You want to be with him?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, yeah.
It's an insurance policy.
Okay, so there's the John Cusack version of the end of the world,
Yes,
right? The Mayan one, but there's also Ragnarok.
Ragnarok is my catch-all description for the end-time events that I predict we're going to see very soon. So I'm talking about social unrest, economic collapse, the decline of the U.S. dollar, the rise of the beef jerky dollar. It's going to be a lot more. It's going to be worth something. You know what I mean? The end of civilization, and of course the return of the ancient and unspeakable gods as they rise up from their city beneath the waves to drown the world in blood. That's something. That's what I saw. That's going to happen. According to my visions, that's what's going to happen.
Were you drinking?
I accidentally used my asthma inhaler 50 times. While bathing in absinthe. So, but I think it's going to happen anyway.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So if it does happen, will it involve zombies?
No. There'll be nothing. Zombieism has nothing to do with the end of the world. You understand? There's a reason that zombies are so popular now.
Right.
That is not terrifying. That is wish fulfillment. You understand why?
It's selfish.
It's not zombie. The zombie story is wish fulfillment because it is everybody's dream to shoot their neighbors in the head and get away with it. Do you know?
Yeah, I've got a couple of neighbors like that.
Yeah. Now imagine if there were no more laws, you had guns and/or crossbows, and your neighbors were moving slowly and wanted to kill you, and you had moral right to kill them.
It sounds like Mississippi to me. That joke went down like a ton of bricks.
This one goes out to to my people in Oxford, Mississippi, the best.
Really?
Yeah, you like Oxford, Mississippi?
I've never been.
Go right away.
Are you serious?
I'm absolutely serious.
Why should I go?
Well, it was not the birthplace, but the death place of William Faulkner. They've got a great bookstore there, Square Books.
Okay.
Amazing theater.
Okay.
And a lot of fine cuisine.
All right, so Mississippi, I take it all back. I'll be there.
No, just take the Oxford part back.
Okay. Yeah. All right, listen, in the book you also speak about ancient, unspeakable creatures?
Ancient and unspeakable gods.
Gods,
The ancient and unspeakable gods from beyond this dimension that are coming back. You don't know about this? It's weird.
Listen, I time travel.
Yes.
I can solve anything in time travel.
Oh, Captain, my captain. Yes, I know.
That gives me a chill.
I'm such a fan of your work.
Thank you.
But you're not going to survive even with your time travel because they're beyond time. I'm talking about Dosgoth the Meteor, Shugnubbeth the Tooth Cloud, the giant headless body of the Nugshow Hob.
I like him.
Nick Nolte.
Why Nick Nolte? What's so bad about him?
Just, look at him. You know what he has under his beard?
Right.
Beard of snakes.
Ooh. So will anything else survive?
I don't know. Are you going to survive?
I don't know.
Have
but
you prepared?
Look, how would I prepare?
Do you live in a house that's at least 1,000 feet above sea level?
I have no clue.
Okay.
It's in Palm
maybe
Springs.
You should. No,
it's below.
Do you have a houseboat that maybe could ride a giant tidal wave of blood for an indefinite period of time?
Not that I know of, but I have a partner who's an architect.
Do you have a dog?
Yeah.
Oh, forget it.
Why?
Because of the dog storm.
What's going to happen with it? You mean it's...
The dogs are not your friends, you know.
They're going to turn on me?
All the dogs in North America are going to get together in a giant pack. Oh, no. And it's going to be about the size of Kansas. And it's going to rove back and forth across what is left of the country, leaving the world in urine and feces behind it.
So we're going to...
That's
I just
okay.
have this vision of
No,
like all these
I know. It's a
spaniels and
look,
Jack Russells and everything.
It's a lot to take in. I
It
realize.
is. It is. I should be really scared about this, though, shouldn't I?
The thing that I'm glad of is we're both bolstering ourselves by sitting on our legs, so we don't slide out of these chairs.
That's exactly
Because
right.
if you did this, I'm just like, oh boy. I caught that just in case anyone was worried that we both were suddenly amputees. No,
Two days in a row, I've wet myself in an interview. This is not good.
maybe that's why the chairs are slippery. But I was watching you in the green room, and I'm like, why is he sitting that way? I guess to be jaunty. And then I came out here, and I'm immediately like sliding all over this thing. You said,
And
yeah,
you realized I'm doing it for a reason. It's like putting a brake on, isn't it?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
all right. Well, luckily we don't have to worry about that for much longer.
No. All right. You have your podcast where you settle.
Judge John Hodgman.
Yes, and you just settle disputes. Are there any
Yeah.
disputes that have kind of had, a backlash?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. A lot of people were mad at me because I don't like sports. I mean, I don't mind sports. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I feel like if you want information on sports, may I kindly direct you to the rest of the culture?
Right.
Because everyone else in the world loves sports. Give me a break. Anyway, so this guy and his wife were having a dispute. They call into the show, Judge John Hodgman. We hear real disputes, and I tell people who's right and who's wrong and how to live their lives.
Yeah.
And he wanted to run an Ironman triathlon, but he had promised his wife that he would give up running these marathons. And his wife didn't want him to do it because it would mean that he would be training for 40 to 50 hours a week and basically abandoning the family to train for this thing.
Okay.
So he said, I want to follow my dreams. I said, I think you should keep your promise to your wife. No. Well, the internet, of all people, were really mad that I didn't let this guy fulfill his sports dream. Thanks, internet. I was counting on you to back me up, dummies. So, but here's the thing. So I say to the internet, look, internet, don't be a dummy. If this guy called, just because it's sports, you want him to live his dream. If this guy called in and said he wants to move down to McMurdo Station in Antarctica and spend 3 weeks away from his family to watch all the Doctor Who's,
Yeah.
everyone would be like, no, boo, nerd. But because he wants to run fast, which is something I don't understand, in his weird sport of solitary self-perfection and leave his family behind, I'm supposed to applaud that? No. Do it before you have kids. Go away.
Well, he's going to die anyway because the dogs are going to just poop and pee all over everybody and then kill us, aren't they?
Well, now you're being a nihilist. Just because the world is going to end in a couple of weeks doesn't mean that we don't have law and order anymor.
Okay. All right. So we won't chuck it all out the window.
No, and forget that I brought my crossbow in.
Okay.
Yeah. I'm going to take it all down. I'm taking over the studio.
Ladies and gentlemen, John Hodgman! That is all is now available in paperback and audiobook. Make sure you pick it up before the end of days arrive. And Candace, over to you now. Get ready!
Stick around. We've got a special holiday gift guide edition of TV Tuesday coming up next.
Tomorrow on Attack of the Show.
Actress Katie Cassidy from Arrow joins us to give us the lowdown on bringing the DC universe to the small screen. Then Matt Myra tells you what phone you need to buy for the holiday season in our AOTS holiday gift guide. And bust out your sniper rifles. Jessica Chobot and Alex Albrecht lock and load with the FPS Halo 4.
It's Attack of the Show tomorrow at 7.
Welcome back, film expert Chris Gore.
Thank you. Thanks, Candace.
Thank you,
Thanks, everybody.
Chris. All right, what's up first?
First, we have Brave.
Now, what do you think of the latest from Pixar?
It's awesome. I mean, like, the biggest
Agreed.
criticism people had of this film was that, oh, it's kind of by the numbers or we've seen it before, but I like that movie. And she's a princess that wants to defy tradition and not be married off. And also she needs to, bond with her mother.
She's a tomboy.
Kind of a tomboy.
Definitely
Also,
a
what is it with girls and arrows this year? This is like the year of girls with bow and arrows. But it's really amazing. The sense of humor is great. The family stuff is great. Just the other thing that's weird about this movie is I defy you to watch this film and not speak with a Scottish accent after you watch it. After you see it. Did you see Brave? It's such a great DVD. Love the Blu-ray.
That's good.
Right? Like that?
We got a real one.
If you're gonna do it right. Don't make a mockery of it, son.
I will do it!
I'm not even gonna try it.
John Barrowman!
That was okay.
It's
It
all
was
right,
a little
yeah.
weird, but Okay.
I was kind of mocking it a bit. But yeah, you watch this film and you can't not speak in that accent, and then it's loaded with amazing extras, too.
Okay.
There's a whole thing about how they got the hair on Merida, like her red hair is all...
I love her hair.
They rendered every strand of hair, which, yeah, it's crazy. A lot of the characters have crazy hair in this. So it's just loaded with extras. Disney knows how to do it right.
They do.
Deleted scenes, so just great, fantastic stuff for the whole family.
What's the bottom line?
Buy. Such an easy one.
Agreed.
Buy.
It had me in tears. I was so happy with that film.
I didn't cry,
I did.
but I still enjoyed it.
What's our next DVD?
The Watch.
Now, this has a great cast, but how's the film?
Oh, it's got a great cast. It's got Jonah Hill, Vince Vaughn, Ben Stiller, Doug Jones, that guy
By
from
the looks of it, you'd think it would be great.
There's that guy from the IT Crowd, the BBC version that you kind of know, but you don't know who he is. He's in that also. I mean, it's about a neighborhood watch that's formed after the mysterious death of someone who works at the Costco where Ben Stiller's a manager. And they find aliens. And rather than, this is where the movie falls apart for me. It's like, they make every dumb decision guys drinking beer on a Friday night on a neighborhood watch would make. Like, we found an alien weapon. Let's just blow stuff up. They don't.
I hate those movies.
Well,
they make me so anxious. I don't want to see everything go wrong. Does everything go wrong?
Everything kind of goes wrong, but there are no consequences for it going wrong, which is just kind of... I just feel like I wanted to buy into their dumbness and the dumb premise. You kind of have a dumb premise, but you can't have dumb characters in a dumb premise.
So I think I know this.
One or the other.
But what's the bottom line?
Bottom line is pass for me. I didn't enjoy it.
Okay.
But I love all those actors.
I do
all
too.
those actors.
All right, what else do you have to check out?
Savages.
What's good and what is bad about this Oliver Stone film?
Well, it's about an interesting strain of weed that drug cartel takes an interest in, with also a great cast. What's weird about this is after I watched, I realized that this is just like the plot of Pineapple Express. This is pretty much imagine Pineapple Express, except there are no laughs whatsoever. And everyone takes it really deeply, darkly, seriously, every moment. But I feel like we've seen this kind of drug film before, and I feel like Oliver Stone is better than the material. I just feel like I've seen. Bottom line is pass on Savages.
All right.
I'm sorry.
All right, we got time for one more.
I wanted to like it. One more. Doctor Who, Series 7, Part 1.
Now, they treated this half season of Doctor Who like each episode was a movie. Did you think that they did a good job with this?
It's unbelievable how this show continues to top itself. From the season opener, where I cried, with the Daleks, that season opener was just so incredible. I'm just everything from the writing, the chemistry between all the characters, and the fact that this actually has extras on it. I mean, some of them you might have seen as little promos on BBC America, but the extras, the science of Doctor Who, incredible, where they talk about time travel, if it's possible, regeneration, is it possible, highlights from their Comic-Con panel, in addition to the episodes.
So there's so much on it, and it's really great to watch.
Yes, and also it's Doctor Who, so if you love it, like a lot of people do, bottom line is buy it.
All right. Thank you, Chris. For more Gore, check out his Pod Crash podcast on iTunes.
That was good.
Thank you.
Nice for them to see, you know, Doctor Who's doing well.
Yeah,
Exceptionally well. Yeah.
It's doing well,
Yeah.
you know.
Listen, I want to show everybody something. This is really good. The Men's Fitness magazine. Candace has got a great little spread in there.
Oh,
you know, all of the tech stuff for Christmas. So give it a look.
All the best gadgets.
That's how you should ride a
From
skateboard.
yours truly.
All right, if you're in the LA area, you can meet John Hodgman at Amoeba Records tomorrow at 7 p.m. Great store during his book signing. Thanks to Chris Gore, John Hodgman, Weston Scott, Matt Myra, and Sean Carroll. That's it.
And John